So in today's video, we're going to show you some different ways to do heights and column widths, so row heights and column widths within Excel. So the first one is column widths. You have got, when you go between two columns at the top in the header of the actual Excel table, so not the header of your data, but actually where it says A and B here, and you click there, you get this little arrow that points backwards and forwards. You click and hold down, you can actually drag that to the side. In the modern versions, it actually gives it to you in pixels as well. In the older versions of Excel, you won't see that. But you can just drag that across to wherever you like. You can make this as wide or as narrow as you want. You can also double click here. So I'm not clicking at all, so I just double click, and it will auto size this. So it'll automatically figure out what the widest column is, and it will set the column width to that. The next thing is row height. So this is similar. If I go between the numbers 1 and 2 here, I can click there and then I can drag that down and make that row as high as I want. You can also do multiple. So if I go in and I highlight multiple rows, and obviously this would then also apply for multiple columns, but if I do multiple rows and I go between any of them and then I grab the height and I make that a little wider, all of those rows will go wider. Same with columns. If I highlight multiple columns, go between any of those and set those to a certain value, those will be the same for all of them. So I can also set the column width by selecting the row through the menu. So if I hover over the letter A or anywhere in that column heading and I right click, I will get column width down here. So I can set the column width right there as well. So if I want to set that to 20, I can set that to 20. Same thing with the rows. If I highlight a row and I get the little arrow that's pointing across on the number 2 here and I right click, I can go to row height and I can change row height there as well. So that would change row height. One thing with row height, this is already set this way for this one, but let me put this back to the default. So usually when you have rows, you have the alignment. Your alignment is usually set to top align, and then obviously usually set to left align. For the height of a cell, it is often very important that you set this, and then you also think about whether or not you want to middle align that alignment so the data shows up the middle. So if I wanted to wrap the text on this one, so I've got this data here and I click wrap text, that text is wrapped there. The rest of this, though, it may just show up as top align, and I may not want that. It may look better if I do that as a middle align, and that is in your vertical, not your horizontal alignment. You can also set that alignment through the menu. So under the home screen, if you click alignment, you click this little button here to alignment settings. You can do different things here. So you can center it. You can make it top aligned with the vertical that I just talked about. This one we've got merged. You can do different things, and then obviously you can change text format, orientation, things like that. So you can do that as well. You also have the option under the cells group in the home tab to set the format here. So if you click on the format, you've got row height, you've got auto fit row height, column width, and auto fit column width. So you can set all of those within there if you wish to do that. So you can also hide rows and columns simply through this option as well. So this has a lot of the information that you may need in order to set row heights and column widths.